Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the news desk here on ThatNewToySmell.com, part of the Pop Culture Network. As always, I'm your host, Dirt, and here are some of the news stories that have rocked the toy world this past week. First up, NECA released some images from their new line of Rocky figures. Now, we did get Rocky figures a few years ago, but the likenesses on these, of course, because they're from NECA, are uncanny. You got your regular Rocky and your beat-up Rocky, so if you really want a bloody Rocky instead of a good-looking one, well, there you go. Although I guess it could be argued how good-looking Rocky really was to begin with. I mean, you know, boxer and all that. Diamond Select has announced a release date for their new Battle Beasts. Actually, to be fair, they haven't really said it's a release date. They just said there's a date for the Battle Beasts. Maybe a reveal date? Maybe it's the date that they're finally going to show the pictures. Maybe it's the date they're going to be in stores. I don't know how this is working out, but there's a giant countdown clock timer at diamondselecttoys.com/battle-beast.html, and it's basically counting down to Friday, April 13th. So those of you who are Friday the 13th fans, hello, like me, you've got something else to look forward to on the next Friday the 13th this year, of which I believe there are, 4 or 5 Friday the 13th? We just had one yesterday. Did you survive? Next up, Jazzwares announced that they got the toy license for Fruit Ninja. Yeah, Fruit Ninja. The game you play on your phone, where you slice fruit with your finger. They're doing toys. Next story. BotCon 2012. We got another Shattered Glass reveal. This one is the evil Autobots, Ultra Magnus. You can take a look at him here. Now, of course, Shattered Glass has all the Decepticons being the good guys and the Autobots being the bad guys. And you can see a close-up of Ultra Magnus's head. You can see that he's been warped, corrupted. He's got that creepy smile on his face. It's got kind of the Prime helmet, but it looks all kind of messed up. If you're, a really huge fan of the Primes and the Magnuses and, whatnot, then, of course, you're going to want to add this one to your collection. Now, Sean the Decepticon, one of our great viewers out there, wrote in this week because there's a bunch of stuff he wanted to make sure we covered on this news desk. So I said, all right, sure. Thanks for the tip. So the first thing he'd like to point out is the Asus Transformer Prime. Now, the Asus Transformer Prime is, in fact, a tablet, kind of like this one, except bigger and better and much more expensive. And it plugs into a keyboard dock that more or less makes it into a full-on laptop. That's why it's a Transformer. It's a tablet. It's a laptop. But of course they're calling it the Transformer Prime, which makes Hasbro a little upset, since they have a Transformers Prime TV show, and of course there's that whole, Rodimus Prime, Optimus Prime, Transformers thing to go on. So Hasbro is trying to sue Asus, and Asus pretty much says, yeah, whatever. So we'll just have to see if anything comes out with that. Also, Transformers cartoons have been set for a season premiere date this year of February 18th. If you tune in to the Hub, February 18th at noon, you will get the Transformers Rescue Bots Season 1 premiere. If you tune in the 18th at 8:30 p.m., then you will get the Transformers Prime Season 2 premiere. And, of course, those are Eastern times. If you live somewhere else, do the math. Hasbro Legends 2012 have shown up in stores overseas. This is another one Shaun the Decepticon sent in. This figure was, these figures, were revealed by an anonymous online source who was able to walk into a local store and buy him, so he says. And you can see in this picture, if you look close enough, there is the variant of Iron Man and Ghost Rider, so you can see how all of that plays out. So people looking forward to the Legends. If you know somebody overseas, or if you're living overseas and you happen to see these, take some pictures, drop us a line, let us know what you think. And finally, Star Wars Vintage Collection has expanded now for The Phantom Menace. The Phantom Menace will be re-released in 3D this year, and because of that, they have made some Vintage Collection figures available in stores. You can go out and catch them now. Some of them for the first time ever debuting in plastic, and some of them are just there to dredge up horrible, horrible memories of how wonderful childhood movies were ruined by going back and making prequels. And no, I'm not talking about Jar Jar. I like Jar Jar. Jar Jar's okay. I got no problem with Jar Jar. But suddenly R2-D2 can fly because he's got rockets in his arms? Huh. How come that never played out before? And finally, folks, one last thing to point out here on this news desk, and that is that February 29th is Tron Day! That's right, Tron Day, the final day in February this year. It's a day for you to tweet about Tron, talk about Tron, post pictures about Tron, talk about how Tron saved your life and how you love Tron. February 29th, Tron Day. Don't forget it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.